Hey, I'm back here this afternoon with our lovely Amy. Hi, Amy.
Hi, Karen.
Well, it's not even this afternoon, actually. It's 10:30 at night, so I've got that wrong. This has come in from a few of the readers. So thank you very much, readers. This one was telling me that there was another tunnel, Amy. So I'll read it. It says, the tunnels, centuries-long shift from fear of foreign hordes who deface the countryside to our magnificent link to the continent. And then it carries on and it says, in 1970, so the party's still on downstairs, so the girls are quite noisy. Anyway, in 1970, efforts to build the Channel Tunnel explored old tunnels started during the Victorian Tunnel Project. This week's Agriculture Archive looks at 2 centuries worth of plans, which eventually resulted in the Channel Tunnel between Britain and France. Our regular look through the archives of country life in search of fascinating architecture related... Oh, it goes on anyway. It's now, so there you go, I can't say it. Napoleonic.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, Napoleonic.
Yeah, anyway, so there was another tunnel, which they found when they were making this tunnel. I'm just looking through I don't see... Girl, shut up. Cool, I'm tired listening to them. They talk so much. There it is. Anyway, it says... But anyway, this tunnel was found next to the other tunnel. I just read it. I can't see it now, but it says that it was... That's quite incredible, isn't it? There was another tunnel down there, and they already built the flipping thing.
Yes.
Oh, it's just... I just find that incredible.
Me too.
Victorian Project. There you go. That's Sunset Lights put that question in about the tunnel with me to go and look at what we've just looked at. So I'm going to answer him in a minute, or them in a minute. My next bit, he goes, PFF, just Google history about Harbin. It was founded by Russians in 1898. That's why so many Russian-styled buildings are there. It was to enslave, I think he means, Russia. No, and it's got C there. I think he means enslave. No, enclave of Russia, and the biggest city with refugees from Russia in China until 1945, when Russia gave it back to China. So we found a bit of information out. Talks a little bit there. Anybody can stop and read that first paragraph, and then I'm going to read... Oh, girls! I'm going to read the second part. In the first half of the 20th century, sizable Russian communities lived in a number of Chinese cities, including Harbin, Shanghai, and Tientsin, whatever that is, however you say that. The largest and most diverse of these communities that grew up around the city of Harbin in North China, then known as whatever it's called there, Manchuria, to Europeans, and Dong, whatever it is, to the Chinese. By the mid-1920s, this region was the home to one of the largest Russian diaspora communities in the world, with 120,000 living in Harbin and some 35,000 in other settlements. The Harbin community was comprised of ethnic Russians as well as other nationalities from the former Tsarist Empire, living in relative harmony in a Russian world on Chinese soil. Don't you find that incredible, Amy?
Yes.
Well, they were having problems then, weren't they? But then, I don't know what... Well, it's going to look on. They quickly established their own institutions, schools, a synagogue, a burial society and communal dining room, and played an active role in the commercial, cultural and public life of Russian Harbin. They also participated at... Why would they be moved there? And wasn't Russia big enough? They also participated actively in Harbin, I can't say the word, municipal affairs, making up 12 of the 14 members on the city council in 1909. Although there is no evidence of Jews being employed by the CER before 1915, this may have been in deference to the hiring practice in Russian state enterprises, so that there was no law to effect. Wow, this talks us slightly later though. We wanted to know about the 1800s. This one talks about, that's in the 1900s. 1917 to 1930. Stop and read that if you want.
Yeah.
1930, so it's on to the 1931 to 1960s. I mean, some of these buildings are quite, anyway, there's more. And those oh my goodness, anyway, it goes on to other things. And I'm not reading anymore, but why would they put all these Russians, like hundreds of thousands of them, in this place, Harbin? It's quite a long way from Russia. It'd probably be, I don't know, it's got to be a good 100, 200, 300, I don't know, it's a distance. Anyway, let's have a look at it a little bit more, Amy. Good old Wikipedia. It says, the term Harbin Russians, or Russian Harbinates, refers to several generations of Russians who lived in the city of Harbin, China, from approximately 1898 to the mid-1960s. Harbin, a major junction city on the Chinese Eastern Railway, came successfully under the control of the Qing dynasty, or the Qing dynasty, the Republic of China, and whatever that word is, and the People's Republic of China in this period. The people in the Soviet Union used this term KVZHDIST, almost sounds like a beginning of a video of on YouTube, person of the Eastern Railway, Russia, to refer to a person with any type of ties to China in the China Eastern Railway. Right, the first generation of Harbin Russians were mostly the builders and employees of the Chinese Eastern Railway. They moved to Harbin in order to work on the railroad. At the time, Harbin was not an established city. The city was almost built from scratch by builders and early settlers. Houses were constructed, furniture and personal items were brought from Russia. Well, that's saying something different then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why didn't the first reading say that? Harbin had become an established Russian colony. And anyway, I'm going to leave that up for people. Hopefully they can read it. But anyway, it just talks about something completely different, Amy.
I know.
Alright, I'm going to look up one more article. So, it's very, very strange. We've just had a look down this page. And it just seems there's looking for remnants of Russia in the Chinese city of Harbin. And basically, anybody can stop and read this information here, because obviously this is this person, but I mean, I just wanted to show you that. Look at that. So now what it is they first came to make the railway. So a bunch of people come to build the railway, and look at that. Look at that. Look at that tower thing on top here. Oh my God. Anyway, I just think that's amazing. Yeah, I don't remember them doing things like that today. Anyway, hey Dev, how did Harbin happen? It was founded by Russian colonists in the late 19th century heyday of the Russian Empire on the banks of the Sungari River inside the territory of the Chinese Empire. Cold location. It was part of the homeland. Girls, they're making so much noise, Amy.
Oh, Billy.
I think they've had a few drinks now, that's what it is. Oh, there you go, look, they're only talking, but they're just, I'm exhausted. Anyway, in 1898, China had granted Russia the right to build a shortcut on the Trans-Serbian Railway across Manchuria. And it was called KVZHDISTY. Harbin was amongst the most cosmopolitan, multi-ethnic cities of the Russian Empire, without rival in the Far East. And it was called KVZHDISTY. Harbin was amongst the most cosmopolitan, multi-ethnic cities of the Russian Empire, without rival in the Far East. Yeah, because look at that. And most of it is destroyed. Anyway, we're going on to here because it now says in 1898 to 1926 it was controlled by Russia via the Chinese Eastern Railway. In 1926 to 1929 the Chinese City Council with Russian members had it. In 1929 to 19 it was controlled by the warlord Zhang, whatever his name is. In 1931 to 1945 it was Japanese control. Wow.
I know.
They did talk about Japan there, but I didn't read that bit. Wow. 1945 to 1946 Soviet Red Army. 1946 to present controlled by the Chinese Communist Party. Wow. But it kind of made it look like these people were forced to live here. You can't imagine that they'd... Well, why would they be making this great big town somewhere else?
I know.
And there's... What it is it was obviously huge. But now, up here, we've basically only got bits of it left. But look what's left! And that was built before the end of the before 1900s. So this was all built at least early 1800s. They could do all this, make these amazing buildings, complexes. These aren't the only ones because I did a video on it yesterday. But it never said anything about what this person's talking about. That it's called what's it called? It's called Harbin. You know, like the story of Harbin. But would you, if you were building a railway in that, what, you know, I don't believe, why would they build, it said in this one that it was this amazing city.
I know.
It isn't anymore.
Yeah.
Doesn't it get more confusing?
Yeah, it's more confusing.
So this person thinks, great, well, I'll give her the link to show you what really happened in Harbin and why there are Russian houses there. Somebody in the comments said it looked Bulgarian on Facebook. They said it looked like Bulgarian, and I thought, oh. And then basically when we get here, it's been part of this super duper, most elaborate city, and they'd gone and lived there for different reasons. To what the first one we read was different, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Anyway, what's your thoughts, Amy?
Oh, it's just so hard to, they keep changing things all the time. They've hidden so much about the history anyway, and then it seems like we're always finding out a new piece of information that suggests that what we knew before wasn't really what happened. Like, we just keep finding new discoveries that shows things aren't
as they appear to be.
Yeah, it's just they kept it very hidden and mysterious.
Anyway, like I said, thank you very much to both the readers who gave me the bit for the videos today, and thank you very much, my lovely Amy.
Oh, you're welcome, lovely Karen.
Thank you, Amy. Anyway, thank you, chat room.
Yes.